Hey, what's going on, everyone? Back with some EDC content. First and foremost, I apologize for not showing my face for a while. It's been about 2 months, and I've had a lot of life changes. I ended up moving cross country and have not really had any new knives to review. But when I first started this YouTube channel, I think a big part of it was just kind of capturing my hobbies and kind of where I took things. So I wanted to give you all an update about where I've been the last few months, and then kind of what I'm into. I don't have all this memorized. I actually ended up making a list, but I just wanted to do a short video to kind of update everyone on where I'm at. I have to admit, like, the title of this video was a little bit of like clickbait, but that's not to say, I still have this Chris Reeve large Sebenza 31 in S45 VN, and I'll be damned if I don't carry it every day. And it was actually kind of eye-opening for me, I guess, just how I could, like, when I was kind of chomping at the bit to try different knives and review them, and I have over 100 reviews of knives and kind of just my thoughts on them. When that well kind of dried up, I was always reaching for the same knife every day, and I mean, I still have the other knives that I had before, but this is the one that I have been grabbing every day. The other thing that I've gotten involved with is my buddy Ryan is actually starting a knife company. It's called Pivotal Blades. You guys should check him out on Instagram. He's going to be doing some really more revolutionary things, like in a sea of all of the same knives, again, Chinese OEM, kind of same but different, around that $300 price point. I feel like he's going to be breaking the mold, and he's working with a US manufacturer that already has started making knives and has really good pedigree, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. He's been kind of looking to me for insights and kind of where to take things as far as the design goes. So I'm really honored to be a part of that. But I think all of that to say, me taking a step back from reviewing knives every week. I mean, I felt like for a while there, every week I had 2 or 3 new knives that I wanted to review. So it's been good to kind of take a step back and then get a fresh look at a knife, and be able to give some honest feedback. The next thing we have to talk about is the EDC market. As we've seen for the last year, I mean, it's a buyer's market, and it gets worse and worse every day. I kind of feel not bad, but there's honestly just other things I'd rather spend my money on than a new knife, which I should get over that. With that, like, I kind of want to make a plug. I mean, anyone out there that sees this video that I will take care of your stuff. I would love to review any knives that you all have that you think are great that maybe I haven't reviewed yet. I'm just not really in a place where I want to spend that money, that fun money, to get a new knife in and review it. I should probably get over that. I would love to get my hands on a Rosie and do an honest review of it. But other knives, I mean, it's like a dime a dozen. There's been a few that maybe I would be into, maybe I'd take a look at, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. So please reach out in the comments below if you have a knife that I should check out, and I'm happy to pay for shipping both ways. I won't do any tests to it or anything like that. Just like to kind of sit with a knife for a little bit and then give my honest assessment of it. So with that, I mean, EDC market, it's a buyer's market. If you have capital, if you want a knife, now's the time to buy. I know basically anything. You can usually use like a company like Strider to kind of tell how the market's going, but any normal Strider that's not a custom shop can be had for about $400 right now. So very telling of the times. We see it all the time on our only blades greater than 250. Things are a little soft right now, so if you're looking for anything, pick it up. I should take my own advice and grab a few knives to test out. Next, I just kind of wanted to talk about where I've been the last few months. So I ended up moving from California back to where I came from, and it's just been awesome. I mean, really enlightening to get back into the hobbies that I feel like I used to be into, but since I was in California, I didn't have the same opportunities. So hunting, fishing, still off-roading, camping. I still have my G-Wagon. Next month I'm going to be taking a trip up to Vermont to meet with some friends up there. But you know, it was kind of, I don't know, it was funny how you get back into things. And when I lived in northern North Carolina, I got really into hand loading. I'm not going to say reloading, because reloading kind of implies that you're saving money by reloading old brass. I'm not into that at all. I'm all into hand loading, kind of jumping down the rabbit hole of, you know, how precise can you make your rounds, given all the variables. And it was funny, one of my friends from high school, he actually reached out to me when he found out I was moving back home. He knew that I had some experience reloading, hand loading, and he was like, hey, you know, like, would you mind like teaching me? And so I set up a very like rudimentary workbench with my old press and everything like that, but very quickly got into it. We've taken a few trips down to Pennsylvania, you know, shooting 6.5s out to 1,000, you know, easy day, no drama whatsoever. But you know, it was cool for me to kind of get back to those old hobbies that I used to be very passionate about. So definitely, you know, shooting, hand loading. I grew up, when I turned 14, I started archery hunting, and so getting back into that, it's been awesome to go with my dad. We go every Wednesday nights. We shoot a 3D archery course. That's been really cool. I can't wait for the 1st of October when the season opens and we can actually put some meat in the freezer. So this has just been like, it's been awesome for me. Like, I feel like when I was in California, it was kind of, you know, it was fake in a way, that it wasn't actually me, because I couldn't do the things that I wanted to. So I used knives as an outlet, but now it's like full bore. Whatever I want to get into, I'm getting into. So that's been really cool. The other thing is, so my family and I, so we ended up buying a house in the town that I grew up in, and it's kind of cool. Like, it was built the same year the Titanic sunk, so you know, 1912. Definitely has a lot of work, but it's been fun, and it's been really neat to get back into woodworking. And so I'm kind of setting up, like, again, being from California, or not from California, but having lived in California for the last 4 years, I'm not used to having all this space of, you know, an attic and a basement. But how I'm organizing things is, the front of my basement is going to be my woodworking shop, so I'm going to be able to do a lot of stuff and have so far. And then the back is going to be kind of call it my laboratory, so my hand loading stuff. So it's been really cool and very refreshing to kind of get back into the things that I used to be passionate about. The other thing that's kind of been going on with me that I need to address, so I've always been a huge fan of wristwatches. It's no secret. I feel like I've kind of owned them all. That kind of, just as an update, because I haven't done a review on it, I probably still could, although I don't own it anymore. I have enough like pictures and things to talk about. But I ended up, at the end of everything, buying an Audemars Royal Oak Offshore Diver, which was a really cool watch. But I will say, after everything, like all the Rolexes, all the Audemars, etc., for where I'm at in my life, having $18,000 tied up in a watch was just a little bit too much. And it may have fit in California. It like made sense. I was able to, you know, wear it without too much drama. But when I got to New York, I ended up picking up this watch you see right here, which is a Tudor LHD, or left-hand drive. It's in titanium. I absolutely love it. I think for middle-class people, as much as you want to fight it, like, I mean, if collecting watches is your hobby, you're not into anything else, have at it. But I really do think that kind of like $3,000 price point for a watch is the most that I want to spend, because, you know, when I was in California renting for, you know, the last 4 years, you know, like, I wasn't working on a house, I wasn't out doing things, doing whatever. I think for where I'm at, being a middle-class person, about $3,000 is the most I'm willing to pay for a watch that I wear every day. So having an $18,000 watch was cool, but and I'll do a separate video of the Audemars, because it was very interesting to own. But I don't know. I think you're kind of fooling yourself. Like everyone kind of says like, oh, get a Rolex Submariner, like a 16610, a GMT2, which those are great watches. I've owned them, but everyone has them. What I will say about having a Tudor Pelagos LHD or just a Pelagos writ large, it's for watch people. Like it's a great watch. I wear it every single day. Phenomenal. Can't say enough good things about it. This is the second one that I've owned, but the last time I owned one, I also had a Rolex Submariner, and if you have both of them, it's kind of hard to decipher which one you should wear. There's a little bit of a sibling rivalry there, I'd say, but ever since this was my only nice watch, I couldn't be happier. Like I don't want for anything. And the other video that I'm probably gonna have coming up is I ordered in July, so Sangen Instruments came out with their Kinetic 2, which it's not on a bracelet. So my ultimate goal was to have an LHD on a bracelet, and then have this Sangen K2, which is titanium, also on like a rubber band. Really nice, looks great. But what we've seen is Sangen for the Neptune 3, and then the Merlin re-release, and then now this K2. They're doing really funky things with the glass where you can't even really see what time it is because of the reflection. So I don't know if it's the AR coating, like something's pretty funky with that. And then kind of the last straw for me, because since I'm a Plank owner with Sangen, I was able to get a deal on it. I think I paid $1,200 for it, but it came in the mail. I got it. I was like, oh, the anti-reflective coating, it's kind of messing with me. But kind of the last nail in the coffin was the fact that the bezel was loose, and I kind of got insider information that it just wasn't done properly. So that would require to you send it in, wait a little bit, and at that point I was just like, okay, I could do that. Or like I really wanted to get kind of a dust filtration set up for my woodworking area, so I was like, that's an easy decision. So I just have this. I have a couple G-Shocks, still have my Garmin, have my Sunto, but yeah, I don't know. So with all that to say, I just kind of wanted to show my face, let everyone know that I'm still doing this. I still plan to do this. Coming up, I do think that my channel is going to be much more varied. Like I do have a lot of experience hand loading ammunition, so I might be talking about that a little bit. I would love to get my hands on some new knives to test out, but that woodworking, shooting, etc., it's actually kind of interesting. So with my new job here where I'm at, I actually need to like re-qualify shooting, and so today I was able to go to the range and kind of get some of the rust off after 4.5 years of living in California and not shooting a handgun. It was really weird to get back into that, but no, I'm absolutely loving it. Really excited for what the future has to hold, and I think this channel is going to be expanding more, so it might be a little bit piecemeal, like where, oh, you like this video, you don't like that video, whatever, but I'm just going to kind of capture what I'm up to and kind of what I get into. So I appreciate everyone's support. I do apologize for not being very present, but I've been doing great, and really looking forward to what's to come. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and my offer still stands. If anyone has any knife that's worth checking out, I'm happy to pay for shipping both ways, and would love to get my hands on some new stuff. So appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see you next time.